A mother's love has a way of shaping who we become. From the lessons she teaches to the quiet moments of encouragement, those experiences leave lasting impressions on our hearts and our lives. This is Carrying Her Forward. Hey, Brittany!
Hello.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Girl, we've been knowing each other a long time, ain't it?
It's been a minute. What?
Since 2000.
Well, you 05, right?
Yeah, I'm the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
04. Okay.
Yeah. Did you see our pictures from our class reunion?
It was okay.
Did y'all have one?
What?
I
feel like 2004 inspired everybody else.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
It took us 20 years to have one, but
That's good. That's
better,
okay.
Better late than never.
It was good, right?
It was good.
It was good.
It was good seeing people, catching up.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Well, today we're going to honor your mom. We're going to talk about her. Is that cool with you?
That's good.
All right. So let's get started.
Okay.
So if you had to describe your mom using a song title or movie title, what would it be?
Actually, my cousins, me, my sister, my cousins, we got a song that every time we out together, it's one song we got to play. It's my mama's song, Still Fly.
Not by the big time.
With that Gucci suit. That's my mama. That's my mama. No matter what she was going through, you couldn't tell because she was still fly.
I know that's right. When you think of your mom, I know you have a lot of thoughts of her and a lot of memories of her. But what would you say is your favorite memory of her?
That's a loaded question. One thing I really liked about my mom, she didn't hide who she was. She didn't care who was looking. She was going to be her regardless, no matter what the audience was. So I think a couple memories, if I could pick one, it would be her coming to a cookout. So my mom had a girlfriend, right? And in a time where it wasn't as acceptable as it is now. I'm married to a woman. Yeah. I still wonder what my mama would say about that right now. But she had a girlfriend, but she always referred to her girlfriend as her roommate or her best friend. So I knew better. I knew better. But a memory I can remember is just her bringing this person around to the cookout and she didn't care who was looking, who had something to say, who was whispering, was talking about her. She was just being herself. So I just remember her not caring, just being herself and being true to herself. And that's one thing I think I always try to carry forward. Try to be true to yourself. Don't worry about who's watching, who's looking at you, who's judging you. Be true to yourself because your mom did it in a time where it was probably really hard for her to do that. And she still was true to herself. So
did she have a conversation with you about that before she brought the girlfriend?
Never.
Really?
Never. Never. No. Her and my sister had deeper conversations than I did. I'm the oldest.
Right.
I'm the oldest, but her and my sister, my younger sister, their conversations were a little deeper. I think my mom knew that she had a very sensitive child and a cancer. So our conversations were different.
She knew you were going to cry every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Our conversations are always different. And my sister's born in October. She built a little different. So, but yeah, no, she never had a conversation with me.
Really? Did you ever have a conversation with her?
I didn't.
Really?
Never.
Well, what about you liking women? Did you ever have a conversation with her about
I never did. And I asked my sister, even yesterday, I said, do you think mom knew, that she was like, I think she may have had a feeling because I was married to a guy.
Right.
So, but my mama did tell me something before she passed. She said, she knew what me and this guy were going through. And she said, I don't care what happened. If something happened to me, you better divorce him. Like, you need to divorce him. He's not for you. You're not. So maybe she did have a feeling. She knew I wasn't in the right place. I wasn't happy. I wasn't being true to myself.
Yeah. So, mamas know.
They know. They know.
Yeah.
She didn't say, but I think she may have known.
Yeah. Even just like a mother's instinct, my oldest, she can be around me. She can try to sneak up on me.
They know.
And I know where she is.
Yep.
I know where she is. She can't fool me.
Mamas know.
Yep. So you and your sister, y'all look just alike if you didn't know that, And y'all look like your mom. But then I saw your dad, and y'all look like your dad too.
Everybody says she looks like my mom. I look like my dad.
So I see both of them and y'all. Did your mom ever share if she wanted any more kids?
So my mom always told us, she reminded us, she showed her C-section scars. She showed us, the doctor said that she couldn't have kids. Mm-hmm. So she let us know that we're here for a reason. But she always made it known that when me and my sister would fight, like, I had 2 kids for a reason. Y'all got to stick together. Y'all siblings, y'all all you got. So when she passed, that has been like a big thing for me and my sister. Like my mama said, we gotta hold on to each other. We are all we have. Mm-hmm. So we've stayed true to that as well. Like me and my sister, we fight, we argue, but we know like mama had 2 of us for a reason. That's so right. We got to stick together. And then found out probably about 4 years ago, I have another sister on my dad's side.
Really?
Yes. And we joke like, what would my mama have said? Because she's older than me. So she's older. So I was born July 4th, 1986. Mm-hmm. She was born July 6th, 1985.
Wow.
My parents got married October 4th, 1985.
Oh. So do you think your mom didn't know?
She didn't know.
She didn't know?
She didn't know because my dad didn't know.
Really?
He didn't know until about 4 years ago. So yeah.
Wow.
So we have another sister. So, and we joke about it, but I'm like, my mom, she was big on siblings. Like she would have wanted us to treat her just like we treat each other, like love each other, siblings, so show the same sibling love we showed each other, show it to her as well. So I don't think she would have been angry or anything.
And that's what I was just thinking about when you mentioned that your dad had another sibling. Because, it's different mom siblings versus dad siblings.
Mm-hmm. So it is different.
Yeah.
It is different.
So tell me about that. How's that relationship different between Megan and your other sister?
So I love my other sister, but it's nothing like your mom's child. Usually you grow up in the house with your mom too and stuff. So for us, I don't know, some families are closer to their dad's side. For us, we are much closer to our mom's side of the family. So everything is gravitating towards mom's side of the family. We've brought our other sister around to our mom's side, introduced her, and they show her love just like they do us. So it is different though, I will say. Yeah. And then I grew up in the house with Megan all my life. Megan's been there from day one. Yeah. So it's different.
Now, does your other sister look like you? Since you say you look like your dad.
So I think she looks like Megan.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
She looks like Megan. So it's crazy.
Genetics are
crazy. They're crazy. They are very crazy. Yeah.
Now, have you met her mom?
Yeah. So we finally met her mom. She had her 40th birthday last July.
Okay.
85. So she had a big party and her mom was there. So me and Megan met her mom, and it was good. Okay. It was good. She was different, but it was good, It was good.
Yeah.
It was.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different, but it was good. It was good.
Okay. So I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So what's your rank? And how long have you been in the military?
So I am a major.
Woo-hoo.
I have been in for 17 years. It's kind of funny you bring that up. Because I joined in 2009. My mom and my grandma, they both said I wasn't gonna go through with it, but I went through it and I'm here. Mm-hmm. I'm still in. Mm-hmm. But my mom passed away in like a really crucial point in my Army career. So I was enlisted. I had a college degree, but I still enlisted. I got a nice bonus.
I know that's right.
They paid my student loans back. Mm-hmm. But I enlisted.
Is it too late for me?
It's never too late. I mean, you watched the news,
You weren't
right?
You recruiting for a while? No, that's okay.
I was recruiting. So my mom, I got accepted to Officer Candidate School, and I got to Fort Benning in maybe February of 2012. I was in school. I was on lockdown. I couldn't leave. Megan and my mom came to see me in about March or April, and she got sick and passed away. She didn't want to tell me because she didn't want me to leave the school. Mm-hmm. She knew I would have said, bump that school. Yeah. I can do this later. Mm-hmm. But she knew how bad I wanted to be an officer. She had already started telling everybody I was a lieutenant. I hadn't commissioned yet. I'm like, Mama, you can't do that. You can't tell everybody that. Yes, yep. They just, but they know.
Yep.
So she passed away in June while I was in school. I was in week 5 of officer candidate school in Fort Benning, Georgia. So she passed away suddenly. She died in her sleep at the house. Well, she liked doing best, taking her nap. But she passed away. So I had to get a Red Cross message. But my family was like phenomenal. They everybody was on standby. My cousin from Atlanta, she had already driven up to Fort Benning, which is about an hour and a half away. And she was, they gave me the Red Cross message because I don't have my cell phone. You don't have social media. You don't have any access. So they called me downstairs to tell me, and I thought I was in trouble for something, the way they called me on the intercom to come downstairs. And they told me that my mom passed away. So, of course, they gave me a phone, and I called Megan first. And Megan is like screaming in the phone, crying. Mm-hmm. And they had somebody with me. She was crying more than me because I was still in shock. I was numb. Like I could still see myself right now just sitting there.
Because this was the first time you heard anything about anything. Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything. Mm-hmm. And it was I think it was a Tuesday. And I had missed my mom's call that Sunday. We could only have our phones for like 30 minutes every Sunday. And I had missed her call. She left a voicemail. I held on to that voicemail, mm-hmm. but she left a voicemail. But that was the last time I heard her voice on the voicemail. But they told me she passed away. They had the chaplain there with me. We talked, and my cousin was already outside waiting on me. So we gathered my stuff and she took me home. And they had already booked me a flight back to Columbia. So I got on a plane. I came home. I had to bury my mom. I was 25 years old. I had to bury my mom. Mm-hmm. Driving over here, rode past Palmer. Mm-hmm. That's where we did everything at Palmer off of Farrow Road. Mm-hmm. But I had to bury her, and I had 2 weeks to grieve, get it out, and go back to Fort Benning and finish. So they put me back into school. I left off at week 5. They let me pause for a week, and then they put me back into week 5. And there was a chaplain there who she really helped me get through this. She's retired now, Black female, last name is Williams, mm-hmm. Captain Williams. So she's out the Army now. But if it wasn't for her, I know I wouldn't have made it through. And I also felt, I felt my mom's presence helping me get through, because this school is physical. It's physically demanding. We're in the field. We're ruck marching for 10 miles, 12 miles.
See, I thought y'all were just writing stuff and doing tests.
We running.
Oh, okay.
We running 5 miles. And I hate to be long-winded, but something significant about that day that they told me that she passed away. One of my classmates, we were doing a 5-mile run. It's a requirement to graduate. Mm-hmm. And he died on the track. He had a heart attack. He had 5 kids.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 kids, 35 years old. He was a little older mm-hmm. to be in officer candidate school, but he was doing this thing, and mm-hmm. he died on the track. That morning, he died on the track. And all day, my stomach kept hurting. And I'm like, probably because of what happened, emotions. But no, that's the same day they told me my mom passed mm-hmm. away. So came back, I graduated in August of 2012. My entire family was there, support me, and
she was too.
Yeah, she was definitely there. She was definitely there, and
saying still fly.
Yeah, so yep, still fly. So I finished, and then here I am. So.
Well, you brought up just now, you talked about you being 25, and mm-hmm. then you mentioned the young man who passed being 35. I think back to when my mom passed, I was 32, and I thought that was young. Mm-hmm. 25 is...
25 was rough.
Because I'm thinking, now that I'm almost 40, 25-year-olds don't know anything about life.
Don't know about life, and mm-hmm. you don't know how to plan a funeral.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You don't know any of that. So I thank God for my family, because Megan was 23 years old. Yeah. So we trying to figure all this out together. I thank God for my aunts and my dad. My mom and dad were divorced since I was younger, but he still stepped up, and he's remarried, but he was there, and he made sure his girls were good, and their mom was sent off like the right way. Good. So it was not easy. And my mom was 47 when mm-hmm. she passed. So 47 that's young.
Yeah, my mom was 50, so
it's
you're thinking like you have, still so much that because we ain't too far, girl. No, we're in age now. Yeah.
So you mentioned that. Yeah. I'm about to be 40. Yeah. And I'm like, mm-hmm. I get a little emotional because I'm turning 40 and my mom was 47, you
Yeah.
know? So it's a little scary.
It is.
You know, try to take care of myself, you know, but you never know.
God has the final say.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So I know that you also are a member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. So my mom, her former education went to 9th grade, even though she was one of the smartest women I knew. What was your mom's educational background and how did she support you in navigating through college and sorority life?
So my mom, I remember her going to Midlands Tech. She graduated from Dreher High School.
Okay.
Yep. So she graduated from Midlands Tech. I remember when I was in middle school, she had tried to go back to school. She went to Benedict because I remember she went to the bookstore and got me and my sister some Benedict stuff. We were in all the Benedict gear in middle school. I had no idea what Benedict Tigers was, but I had it on. I had the purple soccer shorts, a gray Benedict shirt, and some red and white Jordan she brought me. So I was supporting. She bought us that stuff. I was supporting her. But she always said that she wanted us to be better than her. Initially, I wanted to go straight to the Army after high school. And that was 2000. I graduated 2004. So, you know, the war kicked off after September 11. Her and my grandma told me that wasn't a good idea. I had joined the reserves and they both begged me to please try college first. So I did. At the last minute, I decided, they both pushed me because it wasn't on my mind at all. They both pushed me to go to South Carolina State because my grandma was a graduate of South Carolina State. So I did my time at South Carolina State. It was great. That's where I pledged Delta Sigma Theta spring 2008. My mom, I don't know how much she knew about Delta Sigma Theta, but she was on the front row. She was there. She had all the paraphernalia. I don't know where she found that stuff at. She was there though. She would support anything I did. She was going to support me.
That's right.
My grandma wanted to be AK, so she wasn't there, but my mama, she was right there. I got pictures, you know, to this day. Pictures definitely helped carry me through, but I got pictures of her, you know, on the front row supporting me, crossing Delta at my probate. And even when I went to basic training, I left my car and my mom was driving my car and it had Delta Sigma Theta on the back. And she was driving my car. I said, Mom, and she was like, somebody said, hey, Sarah. I said, hey, Sarah. I said, Mama, you can't do that. Like, that's not your Sarah. Yeah. You can't do that. she was supporting her baby. Whatever I did, she supported it. So,
that's right. Yeah. That's right. I remember when I went to, so my freshman year, I went to Winthrop. And I remember the summer getting ready for it. Because like I said, my mom, didn't go to school past 9th grade. She did go back and get her GED my freshman year in college.
That's good.
But she went to Dreher too. My family went to Dreher, both sides. My mom and my dad.
Same.
Yep. My mom got kicked out of Dreher, but yeah, she went. And so I remember the college process. She had no idea. She didn't know what FAFSA was. She didn't know.
Same.
I'm first generation college student, so I didn't either. She was like, you know what? We're going to spend a whole day in Rock Hill. If it takes all day, the whole weekend, we're going to figure this out. And that's what she did.
Yeah, I figured it out.
That's what she did. We figured
it out. My mom had a little bit of FAFSA knowledge, so that helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helped me. And she would pop up on campus on me sometimes. Like one time she came to the CAF, just walked in because my mom, she was very young at heart. Walked in and sat down. I'm like, why are you in here? But she was very supportive of me going to South Carolina State, and she knew how to get there real fast and pop up on me. So,
and see, my mom didn't pop up on me because I would pop up on her. I never stayed in Rock Hill on the week because I'm a daddy's girl, but me and my mom, that was my best friend.
Yeah.
So I would come home. That's probably why I didn't like Winthrop, but I would come home almost every weekend. So she didn't have a chance to pop up on me. Yeah.
She popped up on me. She did. Did you graduate from Winthrop?
I know Columbia College.
Okay,
transferring to Columbia College.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
So you're not a newlywed, but you're newlywed enough. How long has it been?
May 5th will be 5 years.
Wow.
5 years. Yeah.
Wow. I remember were you posting about you just meeting her?
Yeah, 5 years.
So losing your mother before a major milestone like marriage can bring a lot of emotions. What was it like preparing for your wedding without her physically there?
Well, initially we didn't have a wedding. we decided to quietly slip away and get married. And I got a sister named Megan who was not having that. She found out, my sister Megan, gosh, Megan's like my little mama now, by the way.
Yeah.
She, Megan, we were somewhere and we were talking, and I think I slipped and said something. And Megan went online and looked up the marriage license, and she was very upset. And then she told everybody.
Oh, so y'all did slip away?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
We slipped away to Greenville.
Okay.
I was stationed in Greenville and recruiting. And she came up there. It was kind of on a whim, and we didn't want to make it a big deal. So we just slipped away and got married. Megan found out and told everybody, and everybody was upset, and everybody expressed how they wanted to be a part of that moment. And we weren't looking at it like that. We weren't trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but we just wanted to slip away. So we decided to go ahead and do a reception afterwards. We had it planned 2020. We got married 2021. Is it 21?
You better get this right, girl.
We got married and we planned a reception, but then we both I got COVID and then I gave it to her.
Oh my goodness.
So we had to postpone the reception. And it ended up being in July of 2022. But full of all the emotions leading up to that time, because we still did like a program and things. Okay. So we still honored my mom the best way we could. And my aunt had recently passed away, so we honored her, and then we honored my wife's aunt who recently passed away. But it was a lot of emotions because it just goes back to what would my mom say? What advice would she give me? It was a lot. And then my dad, he came and he brought his wife, but we shared a moment, me and my dad, but it always went back to what would my mom say, or in this moment, or how would she feel? But my wife, she did get after the reception, we took photos at the reception, and she got, for Christmas that year, she got an artist to crop my dad out and put like a fast forward photo of my mom, like a regenerated photo. And
I know that was nice. Yeah.
But that took me all the way out. It's beautiful. It's up in our house right now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I can, every time I look at that photo, I can see like the resemblance of me and my mom. I always thought I looked like my dad growing up, but I see my mom, everything in that photo. But yeah.
Now, would you have been able to slip away had she still been here?
Probably not. No, she wouldn't have let me slip away. Moms are different.
She would have pulled up on you.
Yeah. Dads they just kind of in the background.
Yeah, they're in the background.
Moms all.
But they'll pull up if they need to.
They will. Yeah. They will. But my mama was like in your face type of mama. Yeah. She wasn't gonna let you just slip away and do anything like that. And we always talk too, like, if she were here, would she be over right now, or how often would she come over? And my wife does a beautiful job of continuing to honor her, like for birthdays. And when you walk in our house, there's that photo, and then in the sitting room, the living room, there's my mom's wedding photo is on the table. So beautiful. She's not forgotten that.
How long were your parents married?
On paper?
Yeah, on paper.
I was like, they got married in 85, maybe like 13 years on paper.
In real life?
Yeah.
How long were they married?
In real life, I think it was more like, I don't know, maybe 5 years.
Okay.
But my mom and dad were like middle school sweethearts and all through high school. And then,
life happens.
It does. They were young
Yep.
parents. My mom, I think she was 21 when she had me. So they were young parents.
And I was 21 when I had my oldest. So I get it. Yeah. Didn't know anything about anything.
Life happens, you know. Things happen.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, though.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't know what I was doing.
I don't think she would either.
Yeah. All right. So, like you, I am happily about to be on my second marriage.
Congratulations.
And the final one.
Congratulations.
The final one. He's stuck. Is there a piece of advice your mother once gave you about relationships or love that stayed with you?
Let me think on that.
Because I can't tell you what my mom, the advice that she gave me, it has a few bad words.
my mom, she was so big on just not hiding who you are, being true to yourself, and making sure you express your emotions. So I think that could be something valid and that you can use in marriage as well too.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And then after losing a parent, it really sticks with you of being true to yourself.
Right.
Because, you know, you lost your mom,
Yep.
you know, anybody else, it takes a special person.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
to have that feeling of, you know, you not wanting to lose them.
Right.
In the absence of your mother, how did your family or loved ones help support you through the wedding process? So who did the planning? I know Megan did the reception. Who did all
Megan. that? We have a really close friend, Byron. He went to Winthrop as well.
Okay.
He always tell me, Brett, because he's really close with his mom. He's like, Brett, I don't know what I would do. You're so strong. I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I'm not strong. I just, you know, I have to move on. Yeah, I have no choice. But he was phenomenal. Like he had never done this before, and we entrusted him to go ahead and take this for us, and we didn't have to worry about anything.
Really?
Like nothing. And he did it. Has a relationship with our family as well, so everything was smooth, and he knew how important it was to us. And my wife, my mother-in-law, she's phenomenal too. She's always checking in on me, and she calls me daughter. And I think I called her by her first name one time, and she's like, "That's not my name," and I'm freaking out. Like, what did I do wrong? She's like, "It's mother, it's mom." So I get love from her side, and then we have supportive friends. And like I said, me and Megan are most closest to my mom's side of the family, so they are amazing, and they make sure, even at the reception, we had to play Stay Fly, you know. So,
what do you think your mom would have loved most about your wife?
That my wife is so nurturing and true to herself. Does not care what anybody thinks. In a weird way, I tell my wife that you remind me of my mom a lot, and you know, my mom, she beautiful woman, like wasn't flat. She didn't have to be flashy. She was just naturally a beautiful woman, and I get that sometimes from my wife. Like, you're just a beautiful, gorgeous woman. You're so genuine to yourself, and you don't let anybody change that. And I think my mom probably would have recognized that she's a lot like her, and she's just true to herself. So
that's dope.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I'm not dating. I'm not married to my mother, but but
I get what you're saying. Yeah. You know, you like with me, I would want a man like my dad who has traits like, you know, a protector and provider. You know, girl, I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yep.
And you know, it took almost 40 years to find it, but you know, that's how it should be, and that's still my dad. He still has the battle of, oh, you got somebody now that can do that for you. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else you want to tell me about your mom that you haven't? If the whole world could be watching this, what do you want left in her legacy that you would want, your future grandkids to know? Because I know you do have I don't know if you refer to your wife's child as your stepchild or
my bonus
your bonus child.
Yeah, my bonus, because I love her just like my own.
So you'll be a grandmother one day. What legacy do you want to leave? What do you want people to know?
So my mom, she was a human being. She went through trials and tribulations. Life wasn't always perfect for her, but what I appreciate the most is she found her way. She always remembered the people in her life who loved and cared for her, and the people, who she needed to love and care for. She was always true to herself. And she has such a loving spirit, and that's just something I want to carry on. Like, be kind to people, be genuine. Don't be judgmental. I joke a lot on Facebook, I know, but
But you are kind. You always have been.
And I will always be kind. Because that's what she taught me, to be kind to people.
But you could be a comedian too. So I don't know if you got that from her, but you could be a comedian.
She was funny. She was really funny. Her and my grandma, my dad, he's corny, but she was really funny. So I think I get that from her too. But just carry on being kind and treating people, you know, regardless of what people are going through, you know,
Mhm.
still treat them like a human being, because she went through some stuff, and everybody, you know, still treated her like a human being and cared for her, loved her, and she picked herself back up, and, you know, she made sure she, you know, gave back to the people that poured into her.
Mhm.
So, and leaving here, it's been hard, you know. Sometimes I question, like, did I make sure she knew I forgave her for the things that happened in our life, and I
Mhm.
still loved and cared for her, and she was still my hero, no matter what.
She
Like,
knows, girl.
so yeah.
She knows. She knows. I had to battle with that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, I think that they're, you know, they could do more for us in heaven than they could here.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Lord, let me tell you, Brittany, I done did some things, girl.
Same here.
And if it wasn't for my mama looking after me, we
Yep.
wouldn't be sitting here today.
I know they still with us for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh
I know.
Lord. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, they know that we're their child too. So they know, you know, the things that could possibly happen.
They know.
Yes.
They know.
All right. So in closing, finish this sentence. Because of my mom, I'm
here.
Amen.
Because of my mom, I'm here. There's no doubt in my mind. I've been through some shit too. Just like my mom, she went through some stuff. And, you know, as I get older, I'm like, she was young, you know, she was doing a lot. She was young. She was human, you know. You know, she went through things and she picked herself back up and she carried on. And I've done the same in my life. So because of her, I'm here.
And you wear it well, because nobody would ever know that you've been through anything.
Yeah, I've been through
you ain't got to
some
look
stuff.
like what you've been through.
No, you don't.
Yes,
You don't.
yes. Well, thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
All right.